Hey guys, how's it going? Maniac Mower here. Previously on the channel I was talking about building a John Deere 110. I have a 110 around here. I pulled it around, it's outside the door. This 110 is the one that we recovered an 8-horse Kohler from for the round fender that ended up blowing oil everywhere. So I pulled it out and I put another engine in it that had a generator hooked up to it already. And I wired it up for the generator because I was wanting to put a generator on here anyway. The other reason I pulled this motor out was because it could take a fuel pump, and I was going to put it on a 200 series I wanted to build, but I decided not to. I kind of steered away from that idea for now. I'm not completely done with the idea. I do want to do it still, but I just don't have the stuff to do it right now, and I don't have the patience. That end is kind of cold. So what we're going to do, and I know you saw it and you're probably wondering what the deal is with this. I'm sure you guys probably remember this tractor. This is the John Deere 212 that donated its engine to the 212 I used to have that I sold. So this is that tractor. It's been a while since it's been on the channel. Anyway, brought it over here today for the transmission. I don't remember the condition of this transmission. I don't know if it's good or not. I do know this hub is going to need to be replaced. It's either that one or this one. I think it was this one. Maybe it was that one. But this hub over here is going to need to be replaced, and I'll show you guys why. See? So that hub needs to be replaced. No big deal. I can find a hub for it. Not sure what I'm exactly going to do with this 110, but it is outside right now. Right there's that 112 still. It's in about the same condition as that. Drug it in here with the 216. No, I didn't drag it in here like this. I had that little thing underneath of it, and I drug it in here with that. Then I pulled that plate out so we could get this. We can get this transmission out of here. I'm going to keep that back plate because that has a hitch on it. I don't have any others with a hitch. This isn't a green one though, unfortunately, but it is going to work. That's also a 68 110. This is a 75, 76 112 or 212, so it doesn't have the proper transmission, but it does have a bolt on the top of it, so I think I could probably run a hose from the transmission up to the fender pan. I've got a 69 112 around back with the transmission that came out of that 110. I wasn't going to do anything with the 110 until a friend of mine got a few 110s, and I kind of liked them and I thought they were cool, and I've never had a 110 before that ran. So I thought, well, maybe I'll make myself a 110. I've already got a whole bunch of 112s. I've got a 216 and I've got a 212. So we could make a 110. Be a little bit different than everything else. Here's the 110 right here. This is a 68 110. This is the one that we pulled the transmission out of in the 8-horse Kohler. This is the puller. The one that had the key that somebody rigged onto it that lost the key to it, and it's got the round fender steering wheel. I found out that is actually factory, but it needs a new steering wheel, as you can see looking at it. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that steering wheel on it or not. I'm probably going to end up leaving it on there since it's factory. Trying to think of what else. But yeah. Engine, transmission, and I think that is it. Plus it'll need to be rewired and a few other things done to it. I'm thinking about leaving or keeping the 112 I have, the 69, and just keeping it around because nobody really seems to be interested in it, and it's a like hydraulic lift, so I thought, well, maybe I'll keep it around, and if I find a hydraulic pump I can throw it on there and use it. And the thing is a pretty good tractor, all except for it needs a transmission. The one that's in it second gear is kind of iffy, but it does seem to do okay, so I might just leave it alone. I don't like Tecumsehs either, that's the other thing. I had almost considered just throwing a 8-horse Kohler in it, but it does have the proper wiring harness in it to run one, but I actually need to look at it. I feel like it might be a 110 actually, that someone threw a Tecumseh engine in, because it's got a 5-prong harness, which if it has a 5-prong key switch in it, that means that it should be points and condenser, but that was a solid state. There was no spot on that engine for points and condenser, at least that I saw. There may be one covered up somewhere, but I'm not sure. I have it wired up for the solid state right now, so I guess that's the way it's going to stay for now, unless I find a points spot for it. This engine right here has points. They're on the back of the engine, covered up by the block. I'd show you, but it's back air, and I don't really want to pull it out. So that's where it's going to stay for now. So I think that is just about it. So let's go on ahead. We'll bring that 110 in here. I'm going to finish getting this thing pulled apart, pull the transmission out of it, and I think a few other things need to come off this tractor, and that should be it. Popped you guys up in the stand. I'm going to go on ahead and take this out of here while it's still in the back plate. I'm not going to pull the back plate off because that's got a hitch on it for a little lawn cart or a ball hitch, so that's going to stay, but these bolts here are going to come out, plus the brake linkage and everything there. Should be unhooked now. Lift this up, pull the transmission back, set this down. Once I do that, it should be detached. Move you guys over here. There you go. Okay, order. Hooked on. I see. Alright, I gotta find a place to grab it. There we go. If I had a helper, one of you to help me, that would be great. great. Just gotta slide that transmission out from under me. Thanks, helper. There we go. So now I guess what we're going to do, since we've got that pulled out of there and separated, probably going to end up taking that back over to the building or around back. Pull a few other things off of it. I think we should be able to bring that 110 in here, hopefully. Hook this transmission up to it. If everything goes like it should, I think this will... Oh, maybe it won't. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, I'm not sure. I feel like the 1 and 200 series had it different. They did though, because this was up here coming down, where the one from the 100 series comes up from the front and hooks up to this. Maybe that's different. Shit. I completely forgot about that. Well, we'll get this out of here. We'll bring the 110 in, I guess, and we'll go from there. Let me get this parts donor out of here and we'll grab the 110. I think now we're going to go on ahead and we've got that all put together, and I'm almost tempted to go on ahead and put tires on it. I'm going to end up swapping them front tires. They don't hold air. I don't think either one of them do. So, maybe one of them. I think they do for a little while and then they go down. So, I don't quite remember what the history is on them. So now I think we're going to go on ahead and later on we're going to end up taking this off. This isn't going to be staying around. I brought the helper spring down. I also brought a few other things down. We're going to have to take this and fix it. I don't know why this gets so easily bent, but it does. There we go. I think I have just discovered a problem with this. There we go. Well, maybe not. I'm starting to wonder if this is going to work. This transmission came off a 200 series, but take a look at this. This lever is bent like that. I don't know if it's supposed to be or not. I wish I would have noticed that before I had it all bolted up and ready to go. I'll have to take a look at a couple other 100 series I have. While I'm at it, I'm going to grab some tires, bring them down to throw on here, and once we get them put on here, then we'll throw a fender pan on it. And I think after that, we can call it done. So let me grab some tires, grab a fender pan. We'll get all that down here, throw it on, and try to decide what else we need to do. Brought the tires down. I ended up mounting the helper spring. I have not put the lift setup on it yet, so it's not hooked up to anything. It's just there. I did put one of the clutch pedal springs on there. It just goes from the clutch pedal back to that spot in the frame. That spring I put on, I did that off camera because that one was a little bit of a pain. I still haven't put this other one on that holds the idler pulley on the transmission. I have the tires. I have not put them on yet. I was listening to the radio and waiting for the commercials to come around before I shut the radio off and started filming again. So I wish that the 216 was up a little bit further. That way I could leave it hooked up and put the tires on. I can't do it with the 216 here. So let me grab something to hold the 110. I keep on calling it a 210. I don't know why, I'm thinking of 10. We're probably not going to get it running in this video. This is probably going to be a 2-part video series, maybe even a 3-part, I'm not sure. We're not going to restore it or anything, we're just doing it to do it. It's probably, to you guys, it's probably pointless, but for me it's kind of fun to build something instead of go out and buy it. Go out and buy a complete one that runs and drives and everything. I kind of like to build them. If I had all the pieces and parts, I would have even built the 216. I'd have built the 73, everything else that I've got I would have built myself if I had all the parts for it. I built the round fender pretty much. The patio I pulled apart and built. I bought that one though. This I bought and pulled it apart. It was junk to begin with, so I just took pieces off of it. Now I'm building it. I didn't pay very much for it anyway, so I just pulled all the pieces I needed off of it and just kind of left it. There wasn't very much on it. It already had been pulled apart and robbed of parts, so I just finished it off. But now in this time I have all the pieces I need to get this thing put back together and going again, so, and it does need a lot of work. It's not perfect in any way, so probably here soon the center column is going to be coming off to get to the deck lift lever, because I think the button in that lever is stuck, or something about that lever is stuck, so I got to get to that. So let's go on ahead and pull this off of the 216, and we'll put that brick I grabbed underneath of it, and once we do that we will go from there. I'm also going to probably end up putting the 68 fender pan back on here, along with the, if I can get the dipstick out of that transmission I will, and I'll put it in this transmission. So that's where I'm at right now. Let me get this picked up and pulled off with the 216 in neutral and disable the brake. Get this guy picked up, move him back. Person screaming. Wow, that was a lot more painless than I was expecting. Pretty swift, if you ask me. Get this over here so you guys can see. We'll get this tire mounted, then we'll mount the other tire. These tires are temporary. Also, this hub is temporary as well. I'm just going to leave it on there for now until I get another hub to throw on there. I'm also going to have to dig around for a snap ring. So, not sure what this hub came off of. It didn't come off of this tractor. I had, or the 212 that this came off of. I swapped it on there from, oh, somebody else gave it to me. It was on their 216. He traded me it for the one that was on his 216. Or he traded this one for the one that was on this 212. And of course, being me, I traded it. But I wasn't planning on using it. I was going to put it up on my little shelf. Somebody had plowed a garden with the tractor. And I guess they did it probably the entire thing's life. It was a 216. It is on the channel getting it running. I wasn't there when he replaced it, but I was there when he got it running. put on here, tightens it down, and call it a day. Then we'll put it back on the tractor. I think if I'm correct, this tire came off the 73 before it went upstairs. I think this one came off of the 73 when I had first got it, and the tires that are on the 212 back there with the 14 horse Kohler came off of the 72 when I got it. They both had the same tires, which I thought was really cool actually. And I still have both sets. I had another one of these sets that came off of a 140, but unfortunately that set was bad, and so it got chopped up and put on my little pallet that I had that I carried tractors around. But if I still have it, but I need to do some work on it, and I just haven't sat down and messed with it. So until I decide I want to work on it, it's just going to sit for now. It don't need too major of stuff done to it. It just needs the base of it fixed. But that's about it. I loaded it down too heavy in the front, I guess. Tight. Let's go on ahead and throw this transmission, this tire on this tractor. I bet you guys never thought you'd see this 110 run again. I didn't either. I still don't think I will. There we go. Let's see. That's on there. Get one on that side, then we'll drop it down. One thing I still need to do is hook up the brake linkage. I ain't done that yet. There we go, right there. There we go. I wouldn't mind figuring out the tread that this tractor had from the factory. I think it's the one on my round fender currently. It had narrow tires. It should have narrow tires on it, I know that. The narrow tires that came off of this tractor are on the 69 currently. They weren't that appealing though. These tires are temporary. Like I said, I'm probably not going to leave them on here. They're just too nice for this tractor. I think in the next video we are going to fit the engine and probably get all the linkages hooked up that need to be hooked up. There we go. Battery lights flashing. Let me go on ahead and get this down. Once I get this down, I'll bring you guys back, and I think I may end up swapping the front tires while I'm away, so I'll be back. Popped another battery in the camera. I started working on the brakes, and I thought maybe I should film it before I get too far into it. The ultrasonic cleaner is running in the background. I turned it on. I threw the throttle cable in it. I figured I want to see if it will make it not stiff anymore, so we're going to find out doing that. I unhooked the brakes. I took them out earlier to find the hole size that it needed to be, and so I could get the previous brake setup off. I should have waited before this transmission was put in the tractor to try doing this. This is just a bit of a pain in the ass, if you ask me. To get these to line up. It'd be nice if I had another person here to clamp the brakes down. It's not bolted down either right now, to try to make it a little bit easier. But so far it's not really seeming to help all that much. Try this. This is just nerve-wracking if you ask me. I'm hoping that I don't have to put this back together. Because this is a pain in the ass. When I say put it back together, I mean take it out, assemble it, and then put everything back in. I do want to take this brake out of here though and just make sure that everything's working like it should. Guess I could have waited before putting this on here. It's already nailed me twice. For those wondering, this is a helper spring. This is going to help lift and lower stuff like snow plows. The 68 has one of these on it actually. I don't know if I'm going to snowplow with this tractor or not, but I'm sure it's going to end up doing something. There we go. That thing's nailed me in the throat twice, and it's not a very good feeling. Yes, I know what you guys are all saying. I shouldn't have put this in here until I had the brakes figured out, but I didn't expect to have to do anything to them. Let's see. Okay, it wants to go through. Wants to go all the way through here too. Maybe. Yes, it does. Okay, so why won't it? I think I have an idea. Take these out. No, that would make it even more of a pain, I feel like. There we go. Okay, I don't want to go back up. Well, maybe we're going to end up having to pull this transmission back out. That sucks. Hopefully we won't, but maybe we got a little bit overconfident putting it in when we did. Unless we put that pin in here. I got an idea. So I see how it comes out now. Take these two pins out, squeeze it together, pull it down. That's how you take this brake assembly out. I almost wonder if that would be the way to do it. Take the whole assembly apart and, well, maybe. We'll find out here in a second. That, or just take the transmission back out. Oh, that was easy. I'll have to remember that. So I'll just pick it up and out like that. We could even, if we wanted to, take this and I don't know, right now I'm just kind of wondering why I bothered doing this. There we go. You know what, I just had an idea. Let's take this, put it back. Maybe it'll do it, maybe it won't. Just take that. I did have to drill this out, for those of you wondering. I'm using the same pin it would use on the 200 series. I don't remember how far I drilled it out. But I had to drill the hole out in this arm to get it to fit. There we go, almost. So now, take it back. I think I've learned my lesson. Maybe next time I'll just get this part done before I put the transmission in the tractor. There we go, look at that. Grab a pin real quick, put it in that hole. We'll put that on the thing. Let's see. There we go. Look at that, we got it. It is all hooked up now. That, or I just screwed myself over by saying it. Because now it seems like we've run into another problem. Never mind. If I was to push on that lever, it would pull this, I think, right? Yeah, that would pull back on this. Okay. Never mind, that's not what I want to do. I thought it would push this out for whatever reason, but I guess not. I think this is how this goes back on. I know I could go look on the internet or somewhere, but I like to do it myself. I don't like to go on there and look things up. And I know it makes it a lot easier, but I'm sure somebody could explain this a lot better than I can. It helps you learn better when you problem solve and try to figure things out yourself instead of just going on Google, type it in, let's say how to install a 3-point hitch or something like that, or swap an engine into a lawnmower. Just take a look at it and do it yourself, like how I'm doing with the brakes. That end, if you put bolts back where they all go, maybe sometimes that does help. Or just take good pictures of everything, but it just helps you learn better as you go. And I've taken so many of these things apart and I've put so many of them back together, such as this one right here that I'm working on, this tractor, that I've got a pretty good established base roots under me, and I kind of know what I'm doing when it comes to them. I've taught myself most of the stuff I know when it comes to these tractors by pulling them apart and looking at them. And I will admit I have looked some stuff up too, but not a lot. Just when I was first getting started. And then after a while I just kind of started doing things myself and figuring out how they work and putting videos up, because doing the videos helps you guys out who watch. Or entertains you. Watch me idiot something up and then fix it. Let's see here. Now, if I'm really having trouble with something, I will go look it up, and there's nothing wrong with doing that either. I'm blocking the camera, I know. I gotta see where this bolt is. I think in the next video we're going to put the fender pan on and get all that situated and done. I'm not sure how long this video is, but I'm sure it's probably over an hour after being edited. I haven't quite started editing on it yet. I've been out here from morning till, I think this morning I came out here at 10 or 11. And it's about 4 o'clock, so I'd say I've probably been out here for a couple hours working on this. So we should have a decent video to edit. That's done. I'll have to check it here in a bit. I like that ultrasonic cleaner. That thing does wonders. I've had it for about a year. I think it was I got it for Christmas a year ago. So I've had it for about a year. It was a gift to myself. You could consider it a tax deduction, but I don't have anything out here. It's something I needed, I guess. Something I wanted, something I needed, so I got it. Let's take this one. once this is tight, I think we'll be pretty well done and able to test it and make sure that it's hooked up right. I'd say everything under here should be hooked up and done right. I know I did it, so it should be all hooked up and rigged up right. Ready? Good. You know what I see that we did wrong? Nothing. I'm just kidding. Worried you guys, didn't I? Let's go on ahead and test our brakes out real quick and make sure that that whole system works. Brakes are pushed down. Oh. Hang on, my clutch pedal just let go. Whatever. Well, that's pushed. I don't know if I just pushed it back. It looked like it was moving. So I think we've got the brakes hooked up and everything is set and ready. So that's good. Brakes are in. Transmission's in, rear belt's in. I did put the belt in, by the way. I did that off camera. Actually, I did that earlier. I guess it was on camera because I had to put the pulley on. Is there anything else that I want to do before I end the video? I'm considering putting that lift assembly on, but I think I'm going to hold off until next video to do that. We can make the next video putting the lift assembly in. This video was just getting the transmission mounted. Yeah, already it's 22 minutes long. I think I am going to go on ahead and end this video here. I know you guys are not going to be too happy about that, but we got a lot done in this video. We got the transmission mounted. It's got 4 tires on it now. It's over here at least, finally. It's getting the transmission put in it. That transmission kind of worries me because I'm seeing that this shifter lever is moved like that. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be on the 100 series. That is on the 200 series. I did look, but I've never seen a shifter like that on a 110. So we may have some trouble there. Oh, I also grabbed a knob. I just got that out of my pocket. That's what that zip noise was. So. Let's try this again. So that's where we're at now at the moment. Other than the little minor things such as no engine and not really anything else, I'd say we've got it done pretty good. Everything's where it needs to be, and hopefully next video. I do need a grill. I need a hood actually. This tractor needs a hood. I think I have a grill figured out for this. I need a hood. I'm gonna have to hunt down a hood. I completely forgot about that. Well, I'll have to start looking around, I guess. Maybe I can find a 110 that has a decent looking hood. I don't want a perfect hood because this tractor is nowhere near perfect. That or even just a 100 series hood in general would probably work on this. So I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys coming and checking out the video. I know we didn't do much in this video. All we did was put the transmission in, get that all rigged up and ready to go, and introduce the project. But next video, I promise we're going to probably do a lot more than we did today, such as probably hook the PTO up and get the other things that need to be done on this tractor finished. And I think that wraps it up. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. I think the first thing that we're going to do is go on ahead and just take this battery tray out. I was hoping that it was already unbolted. This is weird. It ain't bolted. Is this welded? Did somebody weld this? Oh my god. Somebody welded the battery tray. That's funny. I wonder why they welded it.